Welcome back. In the previous session we had covered about irrigation and related concepts. Just as it is we have not entered into the formal classroom session as of yet. We will be entering into this as soon as possible. But still, some of the ways which I will be teaching will be demonstrated through this video and this class. So, agriculture price policy. This is one of the very important part in your economics, agricultural economics syllabus. So, yesterday I was talking about the breakup of the syllabus. In paper 1, you can find one area is agroecology, second area is agronomy, third area is irrigation and dryland agriculture, fourth area is your soil science, fifth area is your economics, and sixth area is your agricultural extension. So, if we see in that manner, ecology is one area, second area is agronomy, third area is your irrigation and dryland. I left one important area while not right. Irrigation and dryland agriculture. Fourth area is your weed science. How can I forget such an important topic? Weed science, soil science, economics and extension. ठीक है ना? If you see this area ecology, relatively it is easier. The questions will be in from write about Minamata Convention, write about Montreal Protocol, write about ozone depletion, write about greenhouse gases. Next part is your agronomy. In this part, there will be questions related to areas like package of practices. It's a 60 marks question. They generally ask. But my advice will be there, considering the number of options. There are 8 questions and you have to write only 5 questions. 5 questions. So, if you are not aware of package of practices, it's a easy question. I don't say you not to write package of practice. It's a easy question. Provided you know the critical things, like if they are asking you package and practices of rice crop, है ना? You should know in rice there is transplanting, there is nursery raising also. Straight away you cannot come to the main field, है ना? So like in same manner there are some crops where we grow nursery, like in finger millet case also we grow nursery. So if you don't mention them, examiner will easily catch hold of you. Ki this guy does not know about this fundas, he is simply bluffing me. So generally it's my strategy. Whenever there is question related to package of practices in agronomy, if I am not 100% sure, I generally don't write it. Plus, how it is easy? You just need to remember the steps. Beginning from land preparation, then what will be the next thing after land preparation? Sowing. In sowing, there will be different methods, like planting will be there, in some transplanting will be there, in some seeding will be there. Then next is irrigation, है ना? Then fertilizer application. How fertilizer will be applied? Basal, top dressing, the distribution. This ratio also you should know. It is 40, 60, 20 or it is 150, 50, 50. है ना? Though it's not standard. You will find in Odisha, if it is 150, 50, 50. In West Bengal, it will be 120, 30, 40. Why? It is dependent on the soil. It cannot be general. But at least you should write this. Seed rate also you need to know. What will be the seed rate? 10 kg per hectare or 15 kg per hectare. Irrigation also you need to know, like I was discussing, which is the critical period, which is not the critical period. Fertilizer. Next, weeding. Which are the main weeds? How it has to be eliminated. Next, weeding done, then pest and disease control. Which are the major pest and diseases which will attack that particular crop. You need to write two names. If it is rice, then what it will be the major problem? Paddy stem borer. Paddy stem borer is a major problem. Then BPH, brown plant hopper, and diseases. If you find diseases, false smut, blast, false smut, these are major problems. Na? You need to write those two. Then any special intercultural operations are there or what? What do you mean by special intercultural operations? Like in sugarcane we do tying, propping, है ना, like that. If there are some special intercultural operations, you need to mention. If you don't put it, they are not going to give you marks. So this is the sequence. Then maturity. When the maturity will come, then harvesting, how you can harvest, whether there is any mechanical method available, like in paddy we have combined, or there you have to do it manually. And last is packing and marketing. So this stepwise, if you write it systematically, you need not put a lot of mind. Land preparation, कैसा होगा, laser leveling, or you need to do a simple plow will do, or you need to do tractor leveling, or you need a power tiller, then sowing, then irrigation, fertilizer, weeding, pest and disease, intercultural operations, maturity, harvesting. Just you need to go in this sequence, right? So this was the area I was talking about. Then package of practices which I told you within this, है ना? Irrigation I have covered almost. Those who will see this lecture will get benefited almost 25 to 30% of irrigation I have covered in that. Dryland is a very big area. Here they will ask you question like, what are the problems in dryland agriculture? How to remove those problems, है ना? Plus, what is the difference between dryland agriculture and rainfed irrigation? What is the difference between dry area, dryland area? Those differences. Then weed science. In weed science, what they will ask you? They will ask you 2-3 major questions. They ask generally integrated weed management, or they ask biological weed control. They are the general areas of weed science. They will ask you. They will not ask you specific questions. Sometimes in UPSC, once they had asked, write about aquatic weeds. That sometimes comes out of the blues, but still that can be manageable. है ना? Next is soil science, a very important area where you will find questions ranging from like area like soil formation, soil erosion, soil physical, chemical and biological properties, then problem soils, acidic soils. Every year you will find a question on problem soils. How to distinguish between alkaline soils and saline soils. How to make alkaline soils suitable for crop growth. Those type of questions they will be asking. है ना? Then next area, important area is economics. This area, economics and extension, people think that it is very easy. Even in UG days, people don't give much attention to this area, but you get problem in this area, because out of all this area, these two areas are such which is very dynamic, which is constantly changing. UPSC last year we passed that 3 farm bills. You would have read, na? The name of those farm bills itself is a big question, है ना? So UPSC straight away asked question about those farm bills. What do you understand? What are the demerits? What are the merits? Maybe I am expecting in OPSC this year they will put a question on that lines. Ki what do you mean by contract farming bill? है ना? What do you mean by that essential commodities amendment bill? So you need to know the name of that entire act in entirety. You need to know the name of the act so that you can write. Plus MSP, that's a very important component of economics. MSP keeps on changing. Dynamic extension. What method we used to follow 20 years back is no more followed now. 20 years back we used to carry with the posters. Now WhatsApp, voice messages, है ना? Internet, emails, many things have come. So these two areas are dynamic. These areas will be what it was with small changes. Like in irrigation, we got drip, sprinkler and all those automations came. In weed science, the core area will be that only, something will change. So economics and extension itself will give you almost in OPSC, the questions will be around 100 to 120 marks. It carries a weightage of almost 30%, 35% of your paper, and very simple area. Even if you are a MSc or PhD or a BSc AG, need not worry. Just you need to know the funda. You can put the fundas together and you can get very good marks. So in relation to this, just I thought to talk to you people about agricultural price policy. Okay, very important concept, but very few people understand about this. Most important thing, everything which you do in agriculture, ultimately you want your price. soil science, agronomy, breeding, biotech, physiology, everything ultimately leads to price. If you don't get a price, then there is no need of doing cultivation, right? So what is mentioned in the UPSC syllabus? This is my way of teaching. I put syllabus first because you should know what is there in the syllabus. Agriculture price policy as it is has been mentioned in the syllabus. Next is price fluctuations and their cost. It has been mentioned in UPSC syllabus. And third is marketing and pricing of agricultural inputs and outputs. Okay, some of the previous year questions. You see, enlist the need and objective of agricultural price policy. As simple as it is. Describe agricultural price policy and instruments of price policy. Explain the agricultural price policy of the Union government. This is OPSC 2006 question. India's agricultural price policy, OPSC 2015 question. Discuss the mechanism of fixation of minimum support price of agricultural products. Describe the significance of MSP of agricultural produce of India. 2 times, same question, CSC 16 and CSC 17. Okay, so we will continue to our topic. Introduction to agriculture price policy. Price policy plays a pioneer role in the economic development of a country. It is an important instrument for providing incentive to farmers, for motivating them to go in for production oriented investment and technology. So you got my point? Why price policy should be announced? When a MSP is announced, can somebody tell me when MSP is announced? Before sowing or after sowing? When MSP is announced, before sowing or after sowing? Before sowing only, na? Because farmers should know, for rice I will get 2000, for wheat I will get 1600, for maize I will get 1200. Based on my area, my best option should be to go for wheat or go for rice. Hai, that is what it is saying. It is an important instrument for providing incentive to farmer, for motivating them to go in for production oriented investment and technology. If he knows, if you know, in paddy also there are 2-3 types of MSP. There is a MSP for normal paddy, there is a MSP for grade 1 paddy. If he knows ki okay, grade 1 paddy will fetch me 2500 rupees per quintal, then he will invest in some technologies which will help him to get more grade 1 paddy. Got my point? So agricultural price policy is in a way showing the direction to the farmers, how they should approach. Because at the ultimate, everyone needs is a good price. In a developing country like India, where majority of the population devotes 2/3 of its expenditure on food alone, and where majority of the population is engaged in agricultural sector, prices affect both income and consumption of the cultivator. I am talking about general price policy. A farmer, he is also a consumer and he is also a producer. Today, if he sells paddy at a very high price, he will be happy, but he will be sad when he has to buy wheat at a very high price. So, agricultural price policy, this also has a mandate to look into कि one side should not go such high, other side should not go such down. Maintaining a critical balance between producer and consumer is also one of the aim of agricultural price policy. ठीक है? The Government of India announces each year procurement or support prices for major agricultural commodities and organizes purchase operations through public agencies. Right? Need of agricultural price policy. Why do we need an agricultural price policy? Violent fluctuation in agricultural prices have harmful results. For instance, a steep decline in price of a particular crop in few years can inflict heavy losses on the growers of that crop. Definitely, this will not only reduce the income but also dampen the spirit to cultivate the same crop in the coming year. Imagine if this happens to be a staple food item, then what will happen? Supply will remain below the demand. This will force the government to fill the gap by restoring imports in case of no buffer stock. Do you know the situation when it happened with India? Just after our independence, we were a food deficit country. At that time, what had happened? We were not producing enough rice and wheat, so we had to import from the foreign country. Same thing, what I said in my earlier paragraphs, if the prices are highly fluctuating. For example, let us consider the example of a place called, let us take any district for example like MP. Let us take an example of Madhya Pradesh. Okay, let's take the example of a district called Indore. You would have heard of it. Indore is a district in Madhya Pradesh. What happens here in Indore? Major crops here are cotton and soybean. Soybean is one of the major crops which is controlled from Madhya Pradesh region. Soybean prices fell for 3-4 years. What happens? 5th year no farmer will grow soybean. What will be the district impact of this? What is the importance of soybean? It's a oilseed crop plus it's a proteinaceous crop. It's called as meat of the vegetarians. The soybean is used as a meat for vegetarians. So imagine cropping pattern of that area will change. They will select some other crop. That is again is a problem. Plus food habit will be disrupted. Plus third, if you cannot do without soybean, then what you will do? You have to import it because खाइबा तो हमें छाड़ी बनी ना, हमको तो खाइबा तो पड़ेगा ना. We have to eat it ना, so we have to import it. So this was the importance of agricultural price policy which I mentioned. Plus violent fluctuations in agricultural prices have harmful results for politicians also. So you might be knowing, you might have heard the name of Sushma Swaraj ji. She passed away some 1 year, 2 years back. She was once the CM of Delhi. She had lost elections. Why you know? She could not control the prices of onion. So prices of onion always bring tears to the eyes of politicians. है ना? So that is an example. You can quote it somewhere. If on the other hand, prices of a particular crops increases rapidly in the particular period, then the consumer will definitely suffer. If it falls, producer will suffer, but consumer will enjoy. But if it rapidly increases, here consumer will suffer. In case prices continuously increase for particular crop, this can have disastrous effect on that particular sector of the economy. ठीक है? So what are the objectives of agricultural price policy? This is very important. This question they generally ask, why agricultural price policy is needed. To ensure relation between prices of food grain and agricultural goods. To watch interests of producer and consumer. Government is not only for farmers, government is for consumers also, na? So they have to take the interest of both. Relation between prices of crops. Why this point is important? Relation between prices of crops. Exorbitantly, some crops should not rise to such a level कि everyone switches to that crop. ठीक है ना? जैसे अगर हम मान लीजिए राइस का MSP को हम 3000 पहुंचा दिए या 4000 पहुंचा दिए for quintal for a particular crop X. Other crops are at 1200 rupees per quintal. What will happen? In coming few years, all will switch to this crop. फिर again वही monocropping, which has got a large number of problem. Pest and disease is a technical problem. इसके अलावा फिर हमें import करना पड़ेगा. इतना सारा यही produce करेंगे तो market कहाँ करेंगे? समझ रहे हैं ना? तो इसीलिए तो relation between prices of crops को भी ध्यान में रखना है. We have to keep in mind so that one crop does not rise exorbitantly very high. To control seasonal fluctuations, classical example, onions. Can somebody say me about this seasonal fluctuations के लिए government has launched Mission Greens for which crops? Tomato, onion and potato. Now they have extended it to all the crops, but initial target was top. Tomato, onion and potato. In 2019 Indian Forest Service they asked a question. Prices of tomato and onions keeps on fluctuating every year. Give some suggestions to check this problem. Do you think it needs to be taught? Being an agri graduate, you should think how we should do. Some of the methods which I can say you, generally you know how onion prices get disrupted. Have you ever thought? Do you know? Just simply I will tell you. In 2 minutes I will try to explain. Just simple funda. We will read it in detail. What happens? Which are the major producer states of onion? Okay, Maharashtra, MP. They too are major producers of onion. Okay, Maharashtra, Nasik region, Nasik region and MP, Agar, Shajapur, Indore region, they are a major cultivation of onion. क्या होता है? What happens? लेट अस कंसिडर अ ईयर 1, ठीक है, दिस इज 2018, 100 farmers cultivated onion production was 500 kg, it's a hypothetical figure, ठीक है, एक्चुअल डिमांड इज 800 kg, ठीक है. सो दिस ईयर व्हाट विल हैपन, डिमांड इज मोर, सप्लाई इज लेस, प्राइसेस विल राइज. 40 रुपए किलो पर ये प्याज बिकता था, दिस ऑनियन वाज सेलिंग एट 40 रुपीज पर केजी. जस्ट द बेसिक कंसेप्ट ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स, डिमांड सप्लाई बढ़ते जाएगा टिल द टाइम इट रीचेस इक्विलिब्रियम. द प्राइसेस रोज टू ए वेरी हाई एक्सटेंट अप टू 80 रुपीज पर केजी, ठीक है. Now only those people, those who can afford 80 rupees per kilo will buy. Some of them will reduce their consumption. Some government will bring through import so that this matching will happen. Next year in 2019, here 100 farmers were cultivating. अब ये 100 farmers देखे कि भाई ऑनियन में तो 80 रुपये पर किलो मिल रहा है. अगले साल इन्होंने क्या किया, सारे लोगों ने ऑनियन लगा दिया. तो इस साल क्या हो गया, there were 200 farmers who grew onion. Now production became 1000 kilo. Demand is almost 800 to 850 only. So what will happen? Supply is more, demand is less. फिर again prices has to fall down. What will happen? The prices will come as even less than 30 rupees per kilo. Because onion is a perishable commodity. Agricultural commodities are generally perishable. Farmer will think यार जो लगा वो भी तो निकल जाए, एटलीस्ट जितना पैसा मैंने खर्च किया उतना पैसा भी तो एटलीस्ट निकाल लूँ. तो वो क्या करेगा, अपना जितने दाम में भी आएगा बेच लेगा. अब यही सिचुएशन को जब वो फार्मर देखा, भाई 30 रुपये किलो ही मिल रहे हैं, फिर अगले साल क्या होगा 2020 में, फार्मर बोलेगा यार ऑनियन में दाम वाम नहीं मिल रहा है, कम उगाते हैं. अगेन 100 फार्मर विल गो, अगेन दैट सिचुएशन विल कम. सो यू अंडरस्टूड व्हाट हैपेंस. फॉर दिस व्हाट इज द सजेशन, काउंटर साइक्लिकल प्लांटिंग. पहले से ही बता दो कि भाई अगले बार सब ऑनियन मत उगाने लग जाना, रुक जा. समझ रहे हो ना, अगले बार सब ऑनियन मत उगाओ. दिस इज अ सजेशन ऑफ नीति आयोग. काउंटर साइक्लिकल प्रोडक्शन करो. लाइक आरबीआई ऑल्सो यू वुड हैव रेड इन इकोनॉमी ना, काउंटर साइक्लिकल इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसीज फॉलो करते हैं. जब डाउन होता है ज़्यादा स्पेंड करते हैं, जब नीचे होता है तब कम स्पेंड करते हैं. दैट साइकिल यू हैव टू बैलेंस इट. ये टिपिकल साइकिल था एग्रीकल्चरल प्राइस का, विच आई ट्राई टू एक्सप्लेन इट टू यू. यही होता है ऑनियन, टोमेटो और पोटैटो के केस में. आई होप आई मेड सेंस, समझ में आया ये, यू गॉट इट. ठीक है. स्टेबिलाइज द जनरल प्राइस. क्यों? इन्फ्लेशन कंट्रोलिंग इज वन ऑफ द मेजर टारगेट्स of government and reserve bank both. Increase in production of crops करना ही है. Facilities for all round development. How all round development? Agricultural development होगा तो rural development होगा, rural development होगा तो country का development होगा. It's a cycle. Infrastructural development, क्योंकि agricultural development will lead to infrastructural development. I need not explain it in detail. अगर गांव एरियाज में प्रोडक्शन अच्छा होगा तो इंडस्ट्रीज विल कम देयर टू पिक अप, रोड्स विल बी देयर, सप्लाई चेन, कोल्ड चेन, all those things, है ना. To meet the domestic consumption requirement. Easy points, they are very easy points, easy to know, but I have put it in a sequential manner. To provide price stability in the agricultural product, to ensure reasonable relation between prices of food grains and non-food grains, to ensure reasonable relationship between prices of agricultural commodity and manufactured goods, to smoothen seasonal and cyclical fluctuation. What I was talking to you about onion, that is seasonal and both cyclical. To remove price difference between two regions. अब ये नहीं हो सकता ना कि उड़ीसा में प्याज 70 रुपये में बिक रहा है और महाराष्ट्र में 150 रुपये में बिक रहा है, या उल्टा नासिक में 10 रुपये में प्याज मिल रहा है और उड़ीसा में 150 रुपये में मिल रहा है. दैट ऑल्सो इज हार्मफुल ना. टू इंक्रीज द प्रोडक्शन एंड एक्सपोर्ट्स ऑफ एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्ट बिकॉज इट फेचेस अस फॉरेन इनकम, है ना, रेवेन्यू. टू प्रोवाइड रॉ मटेरियल्स टू इंडस्ट्रीज एट ए रीजनेबल प्राइस बिकॉज एग्रीकल्चरल कमोडिटीज आर ए रॉ मटेरियल फॉर मेनी ऑफ द इंडस्ट्रीज, है ना. टू वॉच इंटरेस्ट ऑफ प्रोड्यूसर एंड कंज्यूमर्स. Features of agricultural price policy in India. What are the features? Raising capital formation, enhancing public investment, raising the flow of credit, improving agricultural marketing, ensuring remunerative prices, raising agri exports, treating agriculture at par with industry. व्हाट आई वाज डिस्कसिंग इन प्रीवियस पॉइंट, दे आर द सेम पॉइंट्स कि हमारे इंडिया में जो प्राइस पॉलिसी जब इंडिया जो प्राइस पॉलिसी आम फॉलो करूँ तार फीचर्स कौन अच्छी, व्हाट आर द मतलब व्हाट आर द इंपोर्टेंस ऑफ इट, व्हाट डज इट वांट टू डू. इट वांट्स टू रेज कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन, it wants to enhance public investment. Public investment means government is investing or big private sectors are also, matlab big corporates are also investing, raising the flow of credit. That's a big problem in agriculture. Flow of credit is a major problem, है ना. Improving agricultural marketing. Some innovative methods of marketing, can you say me some new methods of marketing which have improved? Contract farming is an improved agricultural marketing methodology, है ना. Ensuring remunerative prices, good prices have to be ensured. Raising agro exports, treating agriculture at par with industry. This which we have read in the previous slides, I have summed it up here. These are the major things, है ना. What are the institutional mechanism for agricultural prices? CACP, Commission on Agricultural Costs and Prices. This commission advises the government regarding agriculture price policy, also determines MSP and procurement prices of agriculture products. Food Corporation of India, this corporation organizes procurement of food grains at prices determined by government and their sale through PDS system. They are the institutions which are looking at regulating the agricultural prices. Basically, if you see, CACP is looking at production side, FCI is looking at consumption side. These are the two major institutions. Because how consumption side, जो खाइबा को आम बांटुचु लास्ट जो ग्रेन्सटा डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करा जाउची सही टाइम रे एफसीआई देखुचंती. एफसीआई इज लुकिंग आफ्टर कि देयर आर एनफ स्टॉक्स कि आई कैन सप्लाई 1 रुपी चावल और 2 रुपी चावल टू द पीपल, है ना. मिनिमम सपोर्ट प्राइस एंड हाउ इट इज डिसाइडेड. एमएसपी इज फिक्स्ड ऑन द रिकमेंडेशंस ऑफ कमीशन फॉर एग्रीकल्चरल कॉस्ट एंड प्राइसेस. आफ्टर रिसीविंग द फीडबैक फ्रॉम CACP, द कैबिनेट कमिटी ऑन इकोनॉमिक अफेयर्स, there are many 5 or 6 committees are there, cabinet committees. Out of them, one of the powerful committees is CCEA, Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, takes a final decision on the label of MSPs and other recommendations made by the CACP. Factors, this is a very important point, you should know. Factors taken into consideration for fixing MSP include demand and supply, है ना, cost of production. I will explain you the 3 methods, A2 and FL, don't worry. Price trends in the market, both domestic and international, intercrop price parity, terms of trade between agriculture and non-agriculture, a minimum of 50% as the margin over cost of production, and likely implication of MSP on consumers of that product. So these points are there now. These points you have to write as it is, because this is the mandate of CACP. They have to ensure this. Demand and supply का ध्यान रखना है, कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन का ध्यान रखना है, प्राइस ट्रेंड का ध्यान रखना है. तो दिस पॉइंट्स नो नीड की राइट इन द सेम सीक्वेंस, बट यू नीड टू राइट दिस थिंग्स इन द पेपर. ओके, दिस वाज वन, देयर वाज वन कमिटी अंडर famous scientist Professor Swaminathan, the father of green revolution in India. In 2004, a committee was appointed, National Commission on Farmers. Many of the people tell it as Swaminathan Committee also, because Swaminathan is such a big guy. They don't say it as National Commission on Farmers, they say it as Swaminathan Committee. On 18 November 2004, Union Government formed the National Commission on Farmers with MS Swaminathan as its chairman. The main aim of the committee was to come up with a sustainable farming system, making farm commodities cost competitive and more profitable. In 2006, recommended that MSP must be at least 50% more than the cost of production. ठीक है. In 2017-18, when Mr. Jaitley was the finance minister of the country, that time they launched it with huge fanfare कि cost of production का हम 50% दे दिए. But again there was a twist in that. Just let me take a break. I'll explain to you. See, what happens? There are 3 types of costs. Okay, one is called A2, one is called A2 plus FL, and one is called C2. ठीक है. What do you mean by A2? A2 cost of production is what? आपन पाखरे गोटे चाष अच्छी, you have a farm, जहाँ जहाँ एक्सपेंडिचर कले ता देरे, seeds, land preparation, मतलब इंटरकल्चरल ऑपरेशंस, हार्वेस्टिंग सब ऑपरेशन जहाँ जहाँ खर्च कले लाइक मैन्योर, केमिकल, लेबर कॉस्ट, फ्यूएल, इरिगेशन सबू मिसई कि जिते भी कॉस्ट हम ना कहती A2। जहाँ भी कॉस्ट ऑफ कल्टिवेशन को ही बेसिकली कहती A2, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज A2। वट एवर बिगिनिंग फ्रॉम लाइक आई वाज एक्सप्लेनिंग इट टू यू ना, लैंड प्रिपरेशन टिल हार्वेस्टिंग जहाँ जहाँ खर्च करो जस्ट पुट इट डाउन ऑन ए डायरी, राइट इट, दैट इज कॉल्ड A2। नेक्स्ट इज A2 प्लस FL। व्हाट इज A2 प्लस FL? जे फार्मर चाष कला 4 months, दोज हु हैज डन फार्मिंग फॉर 4 months और 5 months फॉर ए क्रॉप, से तार सैलरी इंक्लूड करूनी, nothing you will do it for free. But in A2 the cost of only those laborers are included, those who are hired from outside. For example, I, my father and my younger brother, we three are farmers, we worked on our land, आमे आमर सैलरी इंक्लूड तो कलुनी ना। बट इफ आई हैड बीन वर्किंग इन ए कंपनी, फॉर एग्जांपल आई एम ए ड्राइवर, माय फादर इज ए अटेंडेंट एंड माय ब्रदर इज ए टेक्नीशियन, he would have got a salary had he done technician work. Had I driven a vehicle, I would have gone some money. My father being an attendant, he would have got some money. He would have got, for example, 10,000, my salary 15,000, my brother 20,000. How much it is? 10 plus 20 plus 15, 45,000 I would have earned. से expenses टा इटी reflect हबोनी A2 रे, but A2 plus FL रे कौन हबो? My labor charge should also be paid ना। जो 300 टका दिन को लागुच जो वीडिंग करने जो दोज हु आर वीडिंग द फील्ड दे आर चार्जिंग 300 रुपीज फ्रॉम यू। बट इफ आई डिड द वीडिंग माई सेल्फ ना, मु कहली कि मु डकेबी मु निजे ही करदा, मैं 3 जन अच्छु तो 900 टका तो सेटा भी है ना, 300 टका पर रोज करी सेटा एठी रिफ्लेक्ट हबनी, सेटा एठी रिफ्लेक्ट हब। दिस इज द सेकेंड टाइप ऑफ कॉस्ट। यादर A2 तो पळे आसिला प्लस FL भी पळे आसिला। थर्ड इज C2। व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय C2? द एस्टिमेटेड लैंड रेंट। जो चाषरे मु दिस इज माय फार्म, हैड आई रेंटेड दिस लैंड फ्रॉम यू एंड आई डन कल्टिवेशन, यू वुड हैव चार्ज द रेट फॉर मी, चार्ज करी थांते ना, यू वुड हैव चार्ज। फॉर एग्जांपल कंसीडर दिस टू बी ए होम, मु घरटा को बिल्ड करिछि, से घरे रहूछि, आई एम नेवर कैलकुलेटिंग द हाउस रेंट फॉर दिस, हैड आई पेड ए रेंट फॉर दिस 10,000 15,000 18,000 जहाँ गोटे पे करथांती ना, सेटा भी एटी इंक्लूड हो। The imputed cost of your land, this land is a free resource, that doesn't mean कि nobody has paid for it। मो forefathers पे करी तो किनी थी ना से लैंड टाकू, तार कॉस्ट कोटी इंक्लूड होनी। तो दैट इफ वी इंक्लूड फैमिली लेबर प्लस द कॉस्ट ऑफ द लैंड, दैट कम्स आउट टू बी C2। दे आर नॉट डिफरेंट स्टेज वाइज। A2 खाली कॉस्ट ऑफ कल्टिवेशन, A2 प्लस FL रे फैमिली लेबर रो कॉस्ट नहीं गले, C2 रे A2 प्लस FL प्लस कॉस्ट ऑफ लैंड नहीं गले। तो स्वामीनाथन कमिटी कही थिला कि C2 रो 50% दियो, C2 जिते कि खर्च होची तार आहरी 50% मिसई कि ताको MSP दियो। दैट मीन्स केते बढ़ी जाता, द रेट वुड हैव बीन वेरी हाई। हैड C2 बीन इंक्लूडेड, द रेट वुड हैव गॉन टू ए वेरी हाई एक्सटेंट, बिकॉज लैंड कॉस्ट इज इंक्लूडेड, है ना। सो व्हाट गवर्नमेंट डिड, earlier they used to pay MSP on A2. What this NDA government did, they paid 50% on A2 plus FL, not on C2, and they manipulated it like कि we are giving the recommendations of Swaminathan committee. The recommendation of Swaminathan committee was to give 50% of C2, not A2 plus FL, है ना। Under C2 the estimated land rent and the cost of interest on the money taken, बहुत लोग चाष करते निज पैसा रुहे, घर जहाँ पैसा बंचिक रखते हैं चाष करते डू मनी ऑन दैट मनी। हैड यू टेकन इट ए लोन, जब आप लोन नहीं था बाहर मार्केट रू तो यू हैव टू पे ना, बट वी डोंट कैलकुलेट दोज इन A2, है ना। व्हाट द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया प्रोवाइड्स इज द A2 प्लस FL प्लस 50% मार्जिन ऑन दैट, बट द डिमांड हैड बीन टू गिव C2 प्लस 50%। द डिमांड हैज नॉट बीन एक्सेप्टेड एज इट मे लीड टू हाई इन्फ्लेशन ऑफ फूड ड्यू टू सडन इंक्रीज इन द प्राइसेस। संगे संगे बहुत इंक्रीज हो ना C2 दे देले। FL टा कौन फैमिली लेबर जने दी जन काम करते तो इट विल नॉट मेक ए बिग डिफरेंस, बट इफ यू गिव C2 इंप्यूटेड कॉस्ट ऑफ लैंड दवा स्टार्ट कर दवा तो इट विल बिकम वेरी हाई, है ना। इट गोटे फेमस क्वेश्चन, व्हाट आर द ड्रॉबैक्स और डीमेरिट्स विद द MSP सिस्टम। समवेयर दे विल आस्क यू दिस क्वेश्चन, व्हाट आर द इश्यूज विद MSP सिस्टम। MSPs Just let me clear this so that you can read it nicely. Hope you got that A2FL, A2 plus FL, C2. It was clear ना? ठीक है? Okay. What are the issues with MSP system? MSP is in favor of paddy and wheat. Obviously dominated by paddy and wheat. Skewed MSP. Skewed means you would be knowing the distribution is skewed. है ना? Leads to overproduction of these crops. This can be seen for wheat and rice with government are way above the buffer stock. For example, our buffer stock should be कि we should meet the demand of entire country for 3 months. But आम पाखे एत्ते stock अच्छी कि हमें 1 year 2 year भी demand meet करी पारिबो. And sometimes what happens when you are procuring the stocks, you are not able to store it properly. It is rotting in the open, and you have to throw it to the seas or you have to decompose it to make bioethanol and all those things. है ना? Further, it discourages farmers to grow other crops and horticulture products, which has higher demand and subsequently lead to increase in farmers' income. Punjab, it has become a major rice growing region. Which rice it grows, you know? Punjab? It grows basmati rice. Have you seen Punjab or Haryana people consuming rice? They consume more of wheat, they consume more of chapati. They don't consume rice. Entire rice grown in Punjab and Haryana is exported in international market. Basmati rice. What is the use? Though we are getting a good amount of foreign exchange, but rice is not suited to be grown in Punjab region. But they are exploiting the water resources. What has become the problem? Punjab and Haryana lands are getting saline. Salinity problem has started to come. Fertility is going to get reduced. This problem is with MSP because in paddy and wheat every year they increase the MSP. Farmers are getting good money. They keep on growing. They don't focus on pulses. They don't focus on oil seeds. है ना? Next, economically unsustainable. The economic cost of procured rice comes to about ₹37 per kg, and that of wheat is around 27 per kg. However, market prices of rice and wheat are much lower than the economic cost incurred by Food Corporation of India. 37 rupees per kg रे rice procure करिके टंकाटा आमे दउछु. 36 rupees per kg we are bleeding. Whose money is it? My money, your money only. Ultimately, taxpayers' money. Government does not have any other money. Taxpayers' money has to be paid out. है ना? Due to this, FCI's economic burden is touching ₹3 lakhs crore. This amount eventually had to be borne by union government and may subsequently lead to divergence of funds from being invested in agriculture infrastructure. जो fund 3 lakh crore rupees हमें agriculture infrastructure रे invest करथांते जोटा मु कहूଥିଲି I was talking about drip irrigation system रे solar farming रे नुआ technologies poly house रे से सब कोटी जीवा ये food budget को जीवा. This all will be diverted to this region. है ना? Third problem with MSP system is market driven system in the non farm sector. Milk and poultry don't have MSP. नहीं ना milk रे और poultry रे, and pricing is done by company in consultation with the milk federations like Omfed is there or Milky Moo is there or some Sanchi, Pragati, many milks are there. They are fixing the price seen on the market demand. Due to this, milk farmers do not have to go through the mandi system paying high commission, market fee and cess. Further, these cooperatives compete with multinational private companies like Nestle, Hatsun, which ultimately benefits in augmenting farmers' income. है ना? Due to combined effect of this factor, milk sector has been growing at a rate 2 to 3 times higher than rice, wheat and sugarcane. Market driven system अच्छी paddy रे, milk रे और poultry रे, they are growing very high. But in terms of this, government controlled, again that 3%, 4% growth only. But milk sector almost 10 to 11% they are growing. है ना? Next is restriction in exports. Even after producing surplus grains, every year a huge portion of these grains gets rotten. This is due to restriction under WTO norms that grain stocks with FCI cannot be exported. This is a very fantastic concept. Due to shortage of time, I would not be able to explain here. You would have heard about green box, amber box, blue box subsidies in your UG courses. You would have studied about that. Someday if I get a time, I will explain you about those things. What they say that these grains you have procured at a very less price. You have given subsidy. This rice which needed to be procured at 38 rupees per kilo, you are now procuring it at 20 rupees per kilo. So just let me give you just brief idea. If 20 rupees per kilo में आप अगर राइस प्रोक्योर किए हैं, इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में आप अगर उसको 30 रुपए में भी बेचेंगे तो आपको 10 रुपए प्रॉफिट मिल गए. मिल गया ना टेक्निकली, जबकि उसका दाम 40 रुपये था, आपने सब्सिडी देके उसको 20 रुपये पे ले आया, 20 रुपये को आपने इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में 30 रुपये पे भी बेच दिए, तो जो बेचा उसको 10 रुपये तो मिल गए। लेकिन सिमिलर एग्जांपल देखिए इजिप्ट और पाकिस्तान में। फॉर एग्जांपल इजिप्ट, पाकिस्तान, सऊदी अरेबिया, मेनी अदर कंट्रीज दोज हु ग्रो राइस, सऊदी अरेबिया डज नॉट ग्रो, बट फॉर इन्फॉर्मेशन आई एम सेइंग, वहाँ पे तो राइस 40 रुपये किलो का ही रहेगा, हमारे यहाँ 20 रुपये किलो का हो गया, तो पूरा दुनिया कहाँ से राइस खरीदेगा? हमसे खरीदेगा, क्योंकि हम 20 रुपये किलो, 30 रुपये किलो में ही बेच रहे हैं। वो 40 का 50 में बेचेंगे तो कोई नहीं खरीदेगा। एवरीवन वांट्स माई राइस, तो क्या होगा? ट्रेड डिस्टॉर्टन, ट्रेड में डिस्टॉर्शन हो जाएगा ना, ट्रेड विल गेट फेवर्ड टुवर्ड्स इंडिया। इज इट नेचुरल? Distortion is not natural. Why it has become distorted towards India? Because government of India has given subsidy on that thing. समझ रहे हैं? इसीलिए WTO क्या बोलता है, जो भी एक्स्ट्रा राइस आपके पास है इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में हम नहीं बेचने देंगे, क्योंकि वो सब्सिडाइज आपने प्रोक्योर किया है, वो ट्रेड डिस्टॉर्टिंग करेगा। तो ये भी एक प्रॉब्लम है ना? तो दिस आर द इश्यूज। इफ यू राइट दिस WTO पॉइंट, you write this market driven point, economically unsustainable, MSPs in this point everyone will write, paddy and wheat, this one also many people will write. But if you write with the data like touching 3 lakhs crore, it gives an authenticity. If you get 8 marks, if you write this you will get 8.5 or 9, है ना? If you write about WTO exports you will get more marks in this, है ना? Next, to reduce the problem of MSP, government has launched a scheme called PM ASA. You would have learnt about it, you would have heard about it, Pradhan Mantri Annadata Aay Sanrakshan Abhiyan. The scheme is aimed at ensuring remunerative prices to the farmers for their produce. The increase in MSP can improve farmers' income by strengthening procurement mechanism in coordination with state government. It has 3 components: price support scheme, price deficiency payment scheme, and pilot of private procurement and stockist scheme. I will explain you. This has got PM ASA means 3 schemes. It can be a potential prelims question also. Price support, price deficiency payment, and pilot of private procurement. What do you mean by price support scheme? Under price support scheme, central nodal agencies will procure pulses, oilseed and copra. Copra means coconut. With proactive role of state government. The FCI and NAFED will help implement the scheme. You should need to remember who will help to remember this: FCI and NAFED. These 2 agencies. The procurement expenditure and losses due to procurement will be borne by central government. The government will procure 25% of the marketable surplus of farmers for eligible crops. The center has made a provision of rupees about this much to be distributed. What happens? Central agencies will procure these 3 things: pulses, oilseeds and copra. Central agencies is NAFED and FCI. Any losses which these agencies bear will be given them by central government. जो प्राइस है उस प्राइस पे ये खरीद लेंगे, अगर उनको लॉसेस हो रहा है तो वो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट उनको बियर कर देगा। ठीक है। नेक्स्ट इज प्राइस डेफिशिएंसी पेमेंट स्कीम। ये मध्य प्रदेश में बहुत फेमस हुआ था, भावांतर भुगतान योजना। अगर प्राइस 20 रुपये है, मार्केट में 15 रुपये ही चल रहा है, तो आप क्या करो, 15 रुपये में ही बेच के चले जाओ, रिसिप्ट ले लो कि मुझे 5 रुपये कम मिला है। वो 5 रुपये का रिसिप्ट एग्रीकल्चर डिपार्टमेंट में आप जमा करोगे तो आपको 5 रुपये मिल जाएंगे, है ना। अंडर द PDPS द स्टेट विल प्रोवाइड द डिफरेंस बिटवीन प्राइसेस प्रिवेलिंग इन मंडी एंड द MSP। अब मान लीजिए गवर्नमेंट ने MSP बोल दिया है 20 रुपीज़ पर kg फॉर राइस, ठीक है। मंडी में चल रहा है प्राइस 15 रुपीज़ पर kg। क्या करेगा वो? बेच देगा, कोई बात नहीं, रिसिप्ट ले लिया वो, 5 रुपये पर kg जो डिफरेंस है स्टेट गवर्नमेंट उसके अकाउंट में रिएम्बर्स कर देगा। अगर प्राइस चल रहा है 22 रुपीज़ पर kg तब कोई दिक्कत नहीं, फायदा है, बेचो, अच्छी बात है। MSP का मतलब क्या है? मिनिमम, इट्स नॉट मैक्सिमम सपोर्ट प्राइस, इट्स मिनिमम सपोर्ट प्राइस, इतना तो मिलना ही है, इसके ऊपर जो मिल जाए बेनिफिट है ना। All oil seeds are to be covered under PDPS. Oil seeds. Why oil seeds we are focusing? Oil seeds has been, you would have seen when we are discussing about petrol and diesel prices, the price of edible oils have shot up like anything. Mustard oil is almost touching 200 rupees per liter, है ना। We are the largest producer of oil seeds also, and we are the largest consumer also of oil seeds. This scheme is modeled on the Bhavantar Bhugtan Yojana that has been implemented by Madhya Pradesh state government and Bhavantar Bharpai Yojana of Haryana government. There will be no physical procurement of crops. You should remember. Do you have any doubt on this point? There will be no physical procurement of crops. मंडी में प्राइवेट प्लेयर्स हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई टोल्ड यू ना दैट 20 रुपीज़ पर किलो एंड 15 रुपीज़ पर किलो. एग्जाम्पल 15 रुपीज़ पर किलो पे wheat, ITC procures wheat. ITC procures wheat for their आशीर्वाद ब्रांड ऑफ आटा. मार्केट में 15 रुपीज़ पर किलो चल रहा है. ITC will purchase and they will go away. Government is not involved anywhere. Market में whoever comes, it can be ITC, it can be Reliance, it can be you, it can be me, it can be anyone. But डिफरेंस जो मिला ऑथेंटिक रिसिप्ट लेके पैसा लेना है. तो इसमें एक एडवांटेज क्या है, गवर्नमेंट नीड नॉट स्पेंड मनी ऑन फिजिकल प्रोक्योरमेंट ऑफ क्रॉप्स, है ना. Pilot of private procurement and stockist scheme. In lieu of PSS and PDPS, that is price deficiency, in certain pilot districts, the PPS will be tried out. Private agencies will procure oilseeds in coordination with the government. The selected private agencies shall procure the commodity at MSP in the notified market during the notified period from registered farmers, है ना. Whenever the prices in the market fall below the notified MSP and whenever authorized the state UT government. मतलब ये कहना यही चाह रहा है कि private player will procure the oilseeds or yeah whatever it has been authorized to procure. If prices are below, उस केस में फार्मर ले रहा था, इस केस में प्राइवेट एजेंसी को बोला जाएगा कि तुम MSP पे कर दो, अगर तुम्हें कम मिला है तो हम तुमको पे आउट कर देंगे. बेसिकली फंडा वही है, घुमा फिरा के एक जगह में फार्मर को डायरेक्टली दे रहे हैं, एक जगह में कंपनीज को दे रहे हैं, है ना. सो दिस वाज द थिंग्स रिलेटेड टू आवर एग्रीकल्चरल प्राइस पॉलिसी, है ना. वी गॉट इट अबाउट, वी सॉ व्हाट इज द इंट्रोडक्शन टू प्राइस पॉलिसी, what is the need of agricultural price policy, what is the objective of agricultural price policy, what are the features, institutional mechanism, minimum support price and how it is decided, recommendations of National Commission on Farmers, we saw it, what are the issues with MSP system, we saw it, we also saw about PM ASA scheme, है ना. We also saw about what are the different mechanisms to bypass the MSP system. This government has been trying out. So this was one of this system. One small topic is there before we call it a day, just small topic, 10-15 minutes. It's an important part in your OPSC and UPSC syllabus also.